Hello everyone, in this lecture I am going to discuss about the operational amplifier. So first of all, what is operational amplifier? Operational amplifier is a circuit which is used for amplifying the signal, and it contains a number of differential amplifier for getting a high gain. So if I talk about the internal architecture of the operational amplifier, then it contains basically it contains the 4 blocks. First is and at this we are getting the output. So here the 2 inputs are used, suppose V1 and V2, and this is the differential amplifier, this is the intermediate amplifier, this is the level shifting stage, and this is the output stage. So this is the differential amplifier, intermediate stage, and this is the level shifting stage, and this is the output stage. So basically there are 2 stages of the differential amplifier. Basically differential amplifiers are used for amplifying the increasing the gain of the operational amplifier. The symbol used for operational amplifier is this, it contains 2 inputs and 1 output. The 2 inputs are, one is non-inverting terminal and another one is inverting terminal. So operational amplifier or op amp is a very high gain differential amplifier with high input resistance or impedance and low output impedance. It is used for variety of applications such as variety of mathematical operations, addition, subtraction, integration and differentiation. So what is the symbol used for this differential amplifier? The differential amplifier for this operational amplifier contains, basically it contains 8 terminals. If I talk about the integrated circuit or IC of the operational amplifier, basically we are using 2 input for 2 terminals for input and 1 terminal for output. So pin number, this is 1 and 2, basically this is pin number 2 and 3 for operational amplifier, and this is 3 is the output. This shows that the pin 1 is terminal 1, terminal 2 is used for input and 3 is used for output. So if I talk about the operational amplifier IC, this is pin number 2 and this is pin number 3, and we are taking the output from pin number 6. Pin number 2 is inverting terminal and pin number 3 is non-inverting terminal. Pin number 6 is used for output. This is the integrated circuit used for the operational amplifiers. Here you can see that here we are using the 8 pins in the operational IC 741. Pin number 2 and 3 is used for input, pin number 6 is used for the output. Pin number 7 and 4 is used for plus VCC and minus VE connection. Pin number 8 is not connected, pin number 1 and 5 is used for offset null. Pin number 1 and 5 is used, what is the use of this offset null? Offset null is used for making the output 0 whenever I am getting the output without applying the input to the operational amplifier. So this offset null pin is used for making the output 0 when I am applying the, or you can say it is used for resetting the operational amplifier. This is the an integrated circuit pin diagram for this dual operational amplifier 1458 device. Here pin number 2 and 3 is used for the input, and pin number 5 and 6 is also used for the input, and pin number 1 and 7 is used for the output. So here you can see that we are using the 2 operational amplifier, dual operational amplifier in 1458 integrated circuit. So now come to the inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So whenever the symbol used for this operational amplifier is like this is pin number 2 and pin number 2 is inverting terminal and pin number 3 is non-inverting terminal. So, whenever I am applying a input to the terminal by making the another terminal ground. So, here I have applied the input to the positive terminal and I have grounded the negative terminal. So, here I am applying the input to the positive terminal. So, this is non-inverting amplifier. So, whatever the input I am applying at the, basically what is the property of the operation, what is the property of the amplifier? Amplifier is nothing but, suppose I am applying an input to the amplifier and taking the output from the amplifier. So, what does amplifier do? What the amplifier do? It will give the output. V naught is nothing but gain of the amplifier A multiplied by the input. It will amplify the input signal with the gain of the amplifier. So, if I am applying if I am applying the input to the non-inverting terminal, then what will be the output? Suppose the gain of the amplifier is A, then I will get V naught is equal to A into Vi. Because I have applied the input to the positive terminal and I have grounded the negative terminal. So, I will get the positive, or you can say I will get the same output, I will get the output in the same phase with the input. If I have applied the input to the negative terminal and grounded the positive terminal, in that case whatever the input I have applied, I will get the inverted output with the amplified input. So, in this way you can see that, you can say that there will be 180-degree phase shift between input and output of the operational amplifier. But in case of non-inverting amplifier, there will be 0-degree phase shift between the input and output of the operational amplifier. Now, come to the single-ended and double-ended input operational amplifier. So, if I am applying the input to the single-ended means I am applying the input to the one end of the operational amplifier, or you can say I am applying the input to the one terminal of the operational amplifier, whether it may be the positive terminal or it may be the negative terminal. So, as I have discussed in the previous slide, that if I am applying the input to the positive terminal of the operational amplifier, then it is known as non-inverting amplifier. If I am applying the input to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, then it is inverting amplifier. So, same has been discussed in this slide, that here in this slide I have applied the input to the positive terminal. So, this is a non-inverting amplifier, and in case of single ended input operation, the input signal is connected to the one input with the other input connected to the ground. So, here you can see that I have applied the input to the positive terminal of the operational amplifier, and in this circuit I have applied input to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, and the other terminal is grounded. In this case I have grounded the negative terminal, and in this case I have grounded the positive terminal. So, as I have discussed in the previous slide, that if I am applying the input to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, and I am grounding the positive terminal, in that case I will see the 180-degree phase shift between input and output of the operational amplifier. But in case of non-inverting amplifier, I am giving the input to the positive terminal of the operational amplifier and I am grounding the negative terminal of the operational amplifier. So, in that case I will get 0-degree phase shift between input and output of the operational amplifier. If I am applying the input to the both terminal, negative and positive, of the operational amplifier, then that type of operational amplifier is known as double-ended or differential input operational amplifier. So, in this circuit you can see that I have applied the input to the both terminals, between the both terminals positive and negative, and I have amplified by applying this input, we are getting the amplified output at the output of this amplifier circuit. Now, this is the double-ended output. For solving such type of double-ended output operational amplifier, this is the previous one was double-ended input, second is this one is double-ended output. So, if I am applying, if I am getting the double ended output, it means I have applied, first I have applied the input to the positive terminals. By applying the positive terminal of the input, I am getting the, in this case we have to analyze the circuit by two way. Either we can analyze the circuit by applying the input to the both terminals, or we can analyze the circuit by considering one input and another input ground. So, the easiest way is that you can analyze the circuit by considering one input active and another input ground. So, by applying the input, here in the first circuit I have applied the negative terminal ground and positive terminal I have considered this active. So, and in the second circuit we have considered the negative terminal ground and I have considered the positive terminal active. So, we will get this such type of waveform. So, now come to the next parameter, that is common mode operation. When the input signals are applied to the, when the same input signals are applied to the both inputs, then that operation is known as common mode operation. So, if the two inputs are equally amplified, and since the results in the operational amplifier signal are operational amplifier signals at the output, these signals cancel each other when we apply the both when we apply the same signals to the both terminals, or you can say in that case we will get the 0 output practically, ideally, but practically it is not possible. So, if I am applying the same input, suppose I have applied the negative, I have applied the Vi input to the both terminals. So, if I consider this that if I am considering this positive sign, or you can say if I am considering this, I have applied the input to the positive terminal and I have grounded the negative terminal. So, in that case what the output we will get, whatever the output I am getting, it will be cancelled out when I apply the input to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier. So, at that time we will get the 0 output. For understanding this common mode amplifier or differential amplifier, we have to consider the two transistors. In that case you can see that we have considered here the two transistor TR1 and TR2, and I have applied the input to the both the transistor to the base of the transistor V1 and V2, and both the transistors are biased at the same operating point with the same emitter connections, and this resistance Re is biased by the minus V. For understanding this, we will we can see that for what will be the differential input. For getting the differential input, you can see that when I am applying the input V1 and V2. So, what will be the differential input? Differential input Vd is nothing but V2 minus V1. This has been shown in this slide. The differential input will be V2 minus V1, and what will be the common input? Common input will be the average of both the inputs applied at the terminals, and in that case what will be the output? Output is nothing but the gain, as you know that the output of any output of any amplifier is V naught is nothing but gain multiplied by the input. So, in that case when I am considering the differential input as well as common input, or you can say I am considering the common mode input. So, in that case what will be the output? Output is nothing but the sum of this common mode output because of this common input and because of this differential input. So, what is the output of this output because of this differential input? V naught is nothing but differential gain multiplied by differential input. So, in case of common mode, what will be the output? Output is nothing but AC common mode gain multiplied by Vc. So, what will be the final output? Final output is nothing but the summation of these two. So, this has been written here. Final output is nothing but differential gain multiplied by differential input plus common mode gain multiplied by common voltage, where Vd is the differential voltage and Vc is the common voltage, and Vd is the differential gain and Ad is the differential gain and AC is the common mode gain of the amplifier. if I consider the opposite polarity of the input, and this is true only the previous output is true only in case of the different only in case of the different inputs. If I consider the opposite polarity of the input, in that case what will happen? The differential input, if I consider this V1 and V2, in that case previous one we have considered the same polarity, but if I consider the opposite polarity of the input, in that case we will see that the differential input will become twice and the common mode signal will become 0. In that case we will get only the twice of this factor will become 0 because the common input has been become 0, and this factor because of this differential gain into the differential input voltage, differential gain into differential input voltage, with the differential input voltage has become twice of this. So, we will get twice of AD Vs in that case. This shows that when the inputs are ideal opposite signals, the output of the differential gain becomes twice of the input signal applied to the input of the operational amplifier. And if I consider the same polarity, in that case we will see that we will get only the input, we will get the output because of the only common mode signal. So, you can say that in case of opposite polarity we are getting the output because of the differential input, and in case of same polarity we are getting the output because of only because of the common mode output, or you can say only the common mode gain will exist, and in case of opposite polarity only the differential gain will exist. So, now come to the equivalent circuit of an ideal operational amplifier. As I have discussed that in case of when we are the internal block diagram of the operational amplifier is like this, we are using the differential amplifier, intermediate stage and level shifting stage and output stage. So, in operational amplifier we are using the differential amplifier and differential dual input dual output differential amplifier. So, it has property that the differential amplifier has the high input resistance, and at the output stage we are using the emitter follower, and the emitter follower has the property that it has very low output resistance, ideally it is 0, and the differential amplifier has high input resistance, that is ideally it is infinite. So, it has the operational amplifier has the same property, it has high input impedance and low output resistance, because in the output stage we are using the emitter follower. In case of emitter follower, this has the low output resistance, and differential amplifier has the high input impedance. So, the differential amplifier consists, this is the pin number 2 and this is the pin number 3. So, between the pin number 2 and 3, this input impedance of the operation amplifier is connected, and at the output stage we are using the output resistance of the output impedance of the output emitter follower, and this is the voltage source, that is gain multiplied by input for the output stage. So, whatever the input has been transferred to the output stage, this is the output. And here I have applied the two inputs V1 and V2, and this is the input impedance Zin. So, what will be the output? Output will be the gain multiplied by the V2 minus V1. So, why we are taking this output resistance less and why we are taking this input impedance high? So, when the input impedance is high, so the maximum drop will occur across this resistance and it will transfer to the next stage of the amplifier. And why we are taking this output impedance less? We are taking the output impedance less because we want whatever the output we are getting at the output of the differential amplifier, we can get the same output at the output stage of the operational amplifier. So, for getting the less drop across this resistance, so that we can get the same output that we have got at the output of the differential amplifier, for getting the same output we are using the low output resistance or low output impedance for getting the maximum output to the operational amplifier. So, this is the plus VCC and minus V, this is the pin number 6, this is pin number 7 and this is pin number 4. So, what is the operational amplifier gain? Operational amplifier gain, as we are using the differential number of differential amplifier. So, the gain of the operational amplifier is very high. For open loop configuration, there is no feedback and the output is not connected to the input, and the operational amplifier for open loop configuration, it has the gain greater than 10 to the power 5, but for closed loop configuration the gain reduces, and in order to reduce the gain of the operational amplifier, it must have the negative feedback. So, they are basically in closed open loop. What is the difference between open loop and closed loop, and why we are using the feedback for the feedback in the operational amplifier? So, for stabilizing the gain, we are using the feedback, and there are two type of feedback, one is positive feedback and another is negative feedback. So, by using the negative feedback, we can stabilize the gain and we can improve the characteristic of the operational amplifier. Therefore, we are using the negative feedback and we are not using the positive feedback in the operational amplifier circuit. Now, come to the next circuit, that is inverting amplifier. So, in this inverting amplifier circuit, inverting operational amplifier, we are using the feedback connection. Feedback means we are using the negative feedback. So, if you are using the negative feedback, how will you identify the whether we are using the negative feedback or positive feedback? So, the general block diagram for open loop and closed loop system is this. Suppose this is the gain of forward gain G, and we have applied the input to this terminal and output across this. This is the open loop configuration of the open loop configuration of any system. And now, I want to convert this open loop configuration into the closed loop configuration. So, for converting this, I have to connect this output to the input. For connecting this output to the input, we are using the summer at this point at the input side. Suppose the feedback gain is H and we are connecting this to the with the output. So, if I am using the feedback here, we can use the positive as well as negative sign. If you are using the positive sign for connecting the output to the input, then it is positive feedback. If I am using the negative sign for connecting the output to the input, then this is a negative feedback. So, here you can see that this output is connected to the input with negative feedback. So, you can see that say that this is the negative feedback connection and the input is applied to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier. So, this is inverting operational amplifier, and another non-inverting terminal is grounded. So, second condition is that how will you identify whether it is inverting and non-inverting amplifier? As I have discussed that if I am applying the input to the negative terminal of the ground, negative terminal of the operational amplifier and grounding the positive terminal of the operational amplifier, in that case the operational amplifier is known as inverting operational amplifier. So, in this case, for this inverting operational amplifier, we have to find the output and gain of the inverting amplifier. For this, what will I do? I will use that I will apply the KCL at this point. As I have told you that here the input resistance Rn was connected and input resistance, value of input resistance is infinite. So, the current flowing, suppose the current flowing in this branch is I1, current flowing in this branch is IF, and the current flowing in this branch is I2. So, what will happen when I will apply the KCL at this node? I will get I1 is equal to I2 plus IF. So, when this here the input resistance Rn is connected, Rn is equal to infinite. So, no current will flow through this terminal, through this branch. So, if Rn is equal to infinite, I2 will be equal to 0. So, what will be the potential at this terminal? For finding the value of I1, I1 is nothing but V1 minus VA divided by R1 is equal to VA minus V naught divided by RF. What will be the value of VA? For finding this, we will use that ideally we can say that the differential gain is infinite. If the differential gain is infinite, what will be the V naught is equal to AD into VD. If the differential gain is infinite, it means VD will be equal to 0. If the VD is 0, it means the potential difference between these two terminals should be equal to 0. So, it means VA minus suppose this is VB, VA minus VB is equal to 0 and VB is at ground. So, VA will be equal to 0. So, this concept is known as virtual ground concept. Virtual ground concept says that if the non-inverting terminal is at ground, then we can consider that the potential at this terminal will be at 0 potential. This concept is known as virtual ground concept, or you can say the node A will be at 0 potential, or it will be considered as a ground when the positive terminal is at ground. So, we can see that V1 by R1 is equal to minus V naught by RF. So, V naught is equal to minus RF by R1 into V1. This is the output of the inverting amplifier. This can be converted into the unity gain. What will be the gain? Gain is nothing but the output upon input. AV is equal to V naught upon V in. So, this will be equal to minus RF by R1. So, if you can convert this amplifier, inverting operational amplifier into the unity gain amplifier by taking RF is equal, by taking feedback resistance is equal to the input resistance. In that case, you will get the unity gain. So, negative sign indicates that this negative sign, as I told you that if I am applying the input to the negative terminal, you will get the inverted output, or you can say there will be 180 degree phase shift between input and output. So, from this equation it is clear that whatever the input you will apply at the input of this operational amplifier, the output will be inverted by 180 degree. So, this is all about the inverting operational amplifier. Thank you.